Welcome to Dog Facts and Fun, where every fact hides a story of love. Your dog may never say the words, "I love you," but their actions. They're speaking all the time, just not in a language we're used to hearing. Inside every nudge glance and sleepy sigh, there's a quiet message. And if you've ever wondered whether your dog truly sees you as family, the answer might already be in how they behave. In this video, we're uncovering 10 of the deepest compliments a dog can give their human small gestures that carry big meaning. And if your dog has done even just one of them, you're not just someone they live with. You're someone they trust with their heart. After today, every tail wag or gentle sigh might mean more than you ever imagined. Number 1. The doorway Sentry. You've seen it before, your dog lying near the door, not sleeping, just there, watching. At first it feels like nothing, just their usual spot. But that's not random. That's positioning. In the canine world, where you rest says everything about who you're protecting. Dogs came from animals that were both predator and prey, so resting never meant letting your guard down. It meant staying alert for yourself and for the ones you love. Now picture this. You're sitting on the couch, the house is quiet, and there's your dog parked between you and the hallway. Eyes open, body still. They're not resting. They're standing watch. Studies show that dogs choose resting spots based on field of vision and escape routes. But when that spot is between you and the door, that's not just instinct, that's affection, that's trust. It's their way of saying, if anything comes through that door, they'll reach me before they reach you. That's no accident. That's no coincidence. That's loyalty quietly placed right at your feet. And here's something even sweeter. Some dogs do this while you're asleep. They pick a spot by the door not to nap, but to be the first line of defense just in case. When your dog guards the door, they're guarding their heart, and you're in it. But guarding the door is just one way they say, "I love you." The next one happens when you're not even looking, and it proves you're always on their mind. Number 2. The silent shadow. Ever feel like your dog is always one step behind you? You move rooms, and there they are. You shift in your seat, and suddenly they're watching. You head to the kitchen, and those paws follow without a word. It's not just curiosity. It's not boredom. It's devotion in motion. Dogs are pack animals, and in a pack, the most trusted member always gets followed. Not because they lead, but because others feel safest near them. When your dog follows you from room to room, even without being called, they're saying something powerful without making a sound. Where you are, that's where I belong. And here's what's fascinating. Behaviorists say that dogs have what's called proximity seeking. That means the closer they are to someone they love, the calmer their nervous system becomes. So when they follow you, it's not about controlling you. It's about feeling grounded. Even if they just sit a few feet away while you fold laundry or lay quietly near the bathroom door while you brush your teeth, they're not being clingy. They're anchoring themselves to the person they trust most. That presence, that quiet loyalty. It's a compliment most humans miss. Some dogs won't even sleep unless they know exactly where you are. Not because they're anxious, but because they feel responsible for you. That quiet following, that silent shadow behind your steps. It's one of the most understated yet honest forms of love a dog can give. When your dog follows you room to room, they're not just tracking your scent. They're chasing the feeling of home. And if that touched your heart, wait until you see what they do when you're gone. The next behavior. It happens in your absence, and it says more than words ever could. Number 3. Sleeping in your scent. You leave the room. Or maybe you leave the house. But your dog, they go straight to your laundry pile or curl up right where you sat. It might look silly, a big dog squeezed into a basket of old socks. But that behavior, it's not random. It's one of the strongest signs of emotional attachment in the dog world. Dogs navigate their world through scent. And your natural smell, not the perfume or soap, but the real you, is their comfort zone. When they lie in your clothes, they're doing more than just finding a soft spot. They're surrounding themselves with the one thing that calms them when you're away. You. Scientists have found that dogs can recognize their owner's scent, even if it's weeks old. In studies, their brains light up when they smell a shirt worn by their person. It's memory, it's safety, it's love wrapped in cotton. And there's more. When your dog sleeps in your shoes, your used t-shirt, or even your empty bed, it's not just about smell. It's about presence. They're saying, "You're not here. But this still feels like you." Older dogs especially do this more often, because as their bodies slow down, their emotional world becomes even more scent-focused. It's how they stay connected. So the next time you find fur on your hoodie or slobber on your slippers, don't be annoyed. Be honored. You're their home base. When a dog sleeps in your scent, they're not missing you. They're choosing to stay close in the only way they can. But scent is just part of it. What about when they watch over you without a sound? The next sign, it's quiet, subtle, and deeply protective. Number 4. Night watch patrol. It's 3 a.m. The house is quiet. Everyone's asleep, or so you think. But your dog, they're up, padding softly through the hallway, checking doors, listening for sounds, then returning to their spot at your feet. That's not restlessness. That's night duty. Dogs are light sleepers. But when they patrol the house at night, it's not just instinct, it's intention. In the wild, canines took turns staying alert to keep the pack safe. And even now, in your modern home, your dog hasn't forgotten that role. Their movement might be subtle. A pause at the window. A quick look at each room. A silent sit near the door before they return to bed. It's quiet, but it's not meaningless. They're not just wandering. They're securing the perimeter for you. Behaviorists say dogs with strong emotional bonds tend to become nighttime sentries. Especially for older owners or single-person households, dogs naturally shift into protector mode when they sense calm or silence. You may never notice it. You're asleep. But they're not. And they don't need a thank you. Their reward, knowing you're safe. And here's something beautiful. Some dogs even check on you during the night. Just a soft step into your room. A glance. A nudge. Then they walk back to their post. That quiet loop. That's love, lived out in silence. When your dog walks the house at night, they're not restless. They're making sure nothing comes between you and morning. But what if you're not even alone? What if your dog senses the moment you're most vulnerable and insists on being there? The next sign shows up in the most private place in the house. Number 5, the bathroom escort. It starts as a joke. You close the door, and there's a nose under it in seconds. Or a paw scratching. Or worse, barking. But here's the truth. Your dog following you to the bathroom isn't just about curiosity. It's about protection. In the wild moments of isolation meant vulnerability. Going off alone was risky. Predators attacked the separated. That instinct still lives inside your dog. When you disappear behind a door, especially one that smells of water and strange sounds, their brain says, "That's danger." Behaviorists call this territorial monitoring. To a dog, your home is shared ground. But every room you enter becomes a space they must check. And when you close the bathroom door, you're not just closing them out, you're creating a blind spot. And that feels unsafe for both of you. So they whine, or sit outside waiting, or push the door open and plop right at your feet. It's not invasion, it's involvement. They're saying, I've got your back even here. Older dogs, especially those bonded tightly to one person, do this more. They've learned your routines, and any break in that pattern, even a closed door, signals something they want to be near for. And here's the kicker. Some dogs position themselves facing the door, even in the bathroom. Still on duty, still scanning, still watching. When your dog insists on joining you in the most private room, they're not being rude. They're showing they feel responsible even in the quietest moments. But guarding isn't always serious. Sometimes your dog gives a compliment by doing the exact opposite, completely letting their guard down. And it happens right beside you. Number 6. Grooming in your presence. Picture this. You sit down. Your dog flops next to you and starts licking their paws, scratching behind their ears, or rolling onto their back to clean their belly. It looks casual, maybe even silly. But this moment, it's a compliment in disguise. In the animal world, grooming is vulnerable. When a dog grooms themselves, they're distracted, less alert, less ready to react. That means one thing: they feel safe. When your dog chooses to clean themselves next to you, it's not just routine, it's a message. I'm not worried right now. You've got this. It's trust made visible. Behaviorists have long noted that dogs only groom in relaxed, low-stress settings. And when that setting is next to you, you are their calm, their quiet, their peace. Even more telling, some dogs start grooming the moment you settle down, almost like a ritual. You sit, they relax, and the moment begins. No words, just shared stillness. There's a deeper layer, too. Some dogs invite you into the moment, a lean against your leg, a soft tail wag, or even a pause mid-groom to look at you like saying, "We're okay, right?" This kind of behavior is especially meaningful for older dogs. As their energy slows, these quiet moments become their way of bonding. No games, no noise, just presence. So next time your dog starts licking their paws beside you, don't shoo them off. Know that you've created a space where they feel free to just be. When a dog grooms in your presence, they're saying, "I trust you enough to let my guard down." But what if they don't just groom near you? What if they try to groom you? The next sign is even more intimate, and it's straight from the heart. Number 7. Licking you like family. It happens fast. A swipe on your hand, a lick on your arm. Sometimes, even your face. You might laugh, or pull away. But to your dog, licking you isn't just affection. It's acceptance. In the wild pack, members lick each other to strengthen bonds. Mothers lick their pups for comfort. Siblings lick to show trust. It's not just cleaning, it's communication. When your dog licks you, they're saying, "You're one of mine." And it goes deeper. Dogs have sensitive noses and tongues. They can taste your mood literally. Studies show dogs detect changes in human sweat when emotions shift. When they lick you, especially when you're stressed or sad, they're checking in. Comforting. Calming. Older dogs often develop specific routines. A nightly lick on your hand. A morning nuzzle. It's not habit, it's ritual, built over years of trust. And for dogs who don't express much in barks or tail wags, licking becomes their love language. But here's the beautiful part. Some dogs only lick certain people. Not guests, not even family. Just you. Because to them, your skin, your scent, your energy, it all says home. Behaviorists call it social grooming. But let's call it what it really is. A quiet reminder I've chosen you. So the next time that tongue lands on your arm, remember, it's not slobber, it's a message. When your dog licks you, they're not just showing affection. They're marking you as theirs, with love. But love isn't always soft. Sometimes their compliments come with a bit of mischief. The next sign, it might make you laugh or shake your head, but it's 100% heartfelt. Number 8. Bringing you gifts. You're relaxing, minding your own business. And suddenly, there it is. A soggy tennis ball, a half-chewed sock, or worse, something from the yard, delivered proudly like treasure. At first it feels like mess, but look closer. This moment isn't random. It's offering. In the canine world, sharing a prized object means trust. Whether it's food, a toy, or something they hunted, dogs don't just drop things for fun. They're saying, "This matters to me, and I want you to have it." Sometimes the item is silly. Sometimes it's gross. But to your dog, it's a gift of value. And more than that, it's an invitation. Do you want to play, or will you share this moment with me? Behavior experts call this social exchange behavior. It's how dogs build connection, especially in breeds with strong retrieving instincts. Gift-giving is a built-in way of bonding. Older dogs might do it less often, but when they do, it's more meaningful. That old squeaky toy they've had for years. If they drop it at your feet, it's not just a toy. It's a piece of memory. And they're offering it to you. Even if it's just your slipper, the message is clear: you matter. I want to give. So next time you get a muddy stick or a crumpled sock, smile. It's not clutter. It's communication. When your dog brings you a gift, they're not just playing. They're inviting you into their world. And speaking of their world, the next sign shows up when you're not even moving. It's what happens when they rest. And where they choose to do it says it all. Number 9. Sleeping with their back to you. It looks like indifference. Your dog climbs into bed, spins a little circle, then flops down with their back facing you. No eye contact, no cuddles. Just back. But don't be fooled. This isn't rejection. It's deep trust in its purest form. In the animal kingdom, turning your back to someone means vulnerability. It says, "I don't need to watch you because I know you won't hurt me." When your dog rests like that, they're not ignoring you. They're trusting you to protect them while they sleep. Behaviorists call this guard-down positioning. It's rarely seen in anxious or unbonded dogs. But when a dog does it with you, especially repeatedly, it's a sign of emotional safety. Some dogs curl into a ball at your back. Others stretch out across the bed, like it's their kingdom. Either way, the message is the same. You're my safe place. Even more touching, some dogs sleep facing the door with their back to you. That's not distance. That's defense. They're watching the world so you don't have to. Older dogs, especially those raised with you for years, often do this without thinking. It becomes a rhythm, a ritual, a quiet form of guarding and loving. You might miss it. You might think they're just getting comfortable. But that position, it's packed with unspoken loyalty. When a dog sleeps with their back to you, they're not turning away. They're leaning into trust, silently, completely. And if that made your heart soften, wait until you see the final sign. It's rare, deeply emotional, and it might just bring tears to your eyes. Number 10. Checking on you when you cry. It's quiet. You think you're alone. Maybe tears are falling, or your breath is shaking. And then there's a paw, a nose nudge, a gentle head resting on your knee. You didn't call, but they came. Dogs don't understand words the way we do, but they read emotion with extraordinary accuracy. Studies show that dogs can detect human sadness through facial expressions, body language, and even changes in scent. When you're upset, they know. And more importantly, they care. What's remarkable is how soft they become in these moments. Even the most energetic dog slows down. Their body lowers. Their eyes stay on you. It's not random. It's comfort. On purpose. Behaviorists refer to this as empathic responding. It's when dogs mirror your emotional state and take action to soothe. But unlike people, they don't ask questions. They don't need explanations. They just show up. Silently. Older dogs are especially sensitive to human emotion. After years of living beside you, they pick up on even the smallest signals, a shift in your tone, a sigh, the way you sit down. And when they come to you in those moments, it's more than instinct. It's love sharpened by time. Sometimes they just sit beside you. Sometimes they rest their head in your lap. But every gesture whispers the same thing: I see you. I'm here. When your dog checks on you during a hard moment, they're not just reacting. They're reminding you that you're never alone, not in joy, not in sadness. And that might be the deepest compliment of all. Because in their quiet, wordless way, they've said it: you are my person. Now you know dogs don't say I love you with words. They say it in watchful eyes, in silent steps behind you, in midnight patrols, in the way they lay their head in your lap when the world gets too loud. Each lick, each gift, each gentle sigh at your feet. It's their language, a language of loyalty, of presence, of love deeper than most people ever realize. And if your dog has ever done even just one of these things, you haven't just been a pet owner. You've been someone's whole world. So tell me, which of these 10 signs have you seen in your dog? Or maybe there's a moment you'll never forget, a quiet gesture that said more than words ever could. Share it in the comments. Your story might help someone else see the love in their own dog's eyes. And if this video helped you feel closer to your best friend, consider subscribing. There's so much more to uncover in the way dogs love us. And every video here is made to honor that bond, one tail wag, one story at a time. We'll see you and your loyal companion in the next one.